Hey, this is Kurt with Kinetic Force. Today we're going to be talking about elastic power. So one of the things I stress with all my clients, especially the athletes, is how to create and maintain elastic power. So unlike traditional exercises, like let's say something like a barbell back squat that's very slow, grinding, and robotic, all the movements I teach are very flowing, very elastic, and efficient. That way, a lot of the effort stays out of the muscle belly, so you don't have that breakdown on the tissue, and you strengthen the connective tissue and create a very fast and flowing elastic athlete. When you're able to do this, just way more efficient, you're way quicker, you can generate more power, and also there's less wear and tear on the joints. One of my favorite ways to train this is using the Aqualogix aquatic strengthening system. So one of my clients, Tim Gervin, he's a big-time brand guru, and he is just as insane as he looks in that picture there. He's very capable. He actually moves. He's about 57, and he moves a lot better than a lot of the teenagers and 20-year-olds that I train. So with Tim, I can really focus on elastic power production without any worry about any nagging injuries or any aches and pains. So when we get in the pool with the Aqualogics, we can really have at it. So one of the movements I love to teach is the single arm fly. Um, with this movement, I have, as you can see here in the video, Tim plant his back leg and throw from that same side arm. So he's going to fire through the foot first, which is always a must in all athletic movements. The power then generates up through the leg, through the hip, through the abdomen, then the torso, then finally the arm. You can't really see in the video here, but his palm is turned up. I stress that a lot to lengthen out all the internal rotators of the shoulder and humerus. That way, when that move finally finishes, all that anterior musculature gets stretched out and then snaps back at the end of the movement. You know, if you're looking to increase throwing or punching power, this is an awesome way to achieve that. So this next movement was originally called a power curl, but because Tim, being the crazy guy that he is, he used to scream, "Unleash the Kraken!" every time he popped out of the water when he did these. These actually became Krakens. So with the Krakens, as you can see here, Tim's gonna power down. It's like a little mini squat. His palms are facing away. He's gonna jam those hands back and really reach up as high as he can, up behind his back. That way, we have activation throughout the triceps, and all that power transfers to the mid back. And getting that mid back strong is just so crucial for not only posture but especially athletic and elastic power. So once he finishes that downward stroke, he's going to flip his hands around and then lead with the chest. It's really important to power up through the chest first, so once again we get that lengthening and all that anterior musculature. So when he finally finishes that curl, it's going to whip up in a very fast and powerful manner. This is a great way to develop throwing and pulling power, and also a good way to really work on aesthetics in the arms. Although I don't really stress a ton of aesthetics, I just kind of figure that comes with athletic movements, but it is something that pretty much all clients want, so it's a good way to sneak in some arm work and also work on their athleticism at the same time. So the rotational throws, as you see here, that Tim is powering through, one of my favorite movements here. Holding that high resistance bell, Tim's gonna turn from the feet first, of course, and really turn that hip all the way to the side. And with his arms, he's gonna reach back as far as he can. If if your athlete or client reaches back as far as they can, they get a really huge lengthening in the lat. And from many years being a personal trainer, it seems like everybody's tight in the lat. So if you get them to stretch that out actively, it not only helps them to work on their potential power, but it just really lengthens out that lat in a healthy manner. And when you get that lat lengthened out, you're talking about shoulder and neck and back health, just really increase. So once he loads and reaches all the way back as far as he can, he's going to fire from that same side foot. Once again, that power is going to generate up through the leg, through the hip, through the abdomen, torso, and then finally through the arms. what I really like to stress when my guys do this is really take your time getting the reach all the way across, and when you get your maximum length, that's when you fire out aggressively. So it really goes hand in hand with the way I like to teach athletic movement. Um, Maximum length, maximum strength is a little mantra I use. So reach as far as you can, then fire, then relax and ride the momentum. The great thing about Aqualogix is it's almost like you get to practice all your sport movements in slow motion, so you can really get that whole thing down of maximum length, maximum strength, fire as hard as you can, and just ride the momentum of your movement. So one of my go-to tools to really teach lower body reactive power is training people how to jump. Tim's very capable of jumping on land, but not all of my clients are. But the water with the Aqualogix fins on is a great way really to ingrain proper jumping mechanics. So in the water, what's amazing about working out in it is you have to stay grounded on the feet. You have to push off that big toe, which is crucial for posture and athleticism. If you're not pressing off that foot correctly, off that big toe, you just kind of float around the pool, and you really can't generate any movement or any sort of strength or power. So when I teach jumping in the pool, as you can see Tim going through here, I really emphasize them pushing off that big toe and pointing their toe and finishing their foot mechanics first before letting the power travel through their body. That way, if we practice enough in the water, when they get on land, they have that muscle memory of the correct kinetic order, how to jump, and things just get way easier. They start jumping higher, they start jumping faster. It's pretty amazing to see. Another great thing about doing like the vertical jumps and tuck jumps you see Tim doing in the video is that with the fins you have to drive in both directions. So like with the tuck jump, when he jumps up with the fins on his legs, there's resistance with his knee drive up, and then for him to land quickly and rhythmically to set himself up for his next jump, he has to push down, and with the fins on there's resistance there, so he's getting resistance both in his drive and pulling phase, which you will not get on land, especially not with any traditional sort of exercise. So it's a great way to ingrain proper jumping mechanics, and also too it's an awesome conditioner. I always love to finish this with this one, a series of jumps, series of sprints. It not only teaches them skill, but it really wipes them out in a good way. They're totally out of breath, but at the same time their muscles are still fresh because these are rhythmic and flowing movements. But yeah, don't be fooled, because it really kicks your butt. So that was just really a small sample of all the athletic movements that I take my more advanced clients through. One of the many amazing things about the Aqualogix system is a lot of my athletic movements are the same as my rehab movements for my injured guys. They're just at a higher speed, higher force production, and higher tempo. So really the whole system kind of progresses itself. But if you're looking to increase your athleticism for yourself, or you're a trainer and you're trying to work with athletes, Aqualogix is your system. There is nothing else like it. The results speak for themselves, and once you try it once, I'm telling you, you're going to be hooked. Aqualogix, one of the best systems out there, hands down.